often stop to reflect on how I became who I am. Which I guess is something special in itself. Since I could only interpret my world through sound, I needed to make sure I had access to some ways of generating sound. My most basic tool for this was the ping, just like in a submarine. Back when I'd originally left my sound driver, I brought along with me a set of musical instrument sounds I had found in the databanks. During my whole panic episode, I sort of left them lying around, so I had to go back and pick them up. My next set of instruments dealt with immobilizing things. First off was the freezer, which, as the name implies, freezes things. If something moves, the freezer can stop it, for a while. Each time I used it, though, it took time to charge back to its full level, so the amount of time it could freeze anything depended on how full of a charge it carried. As for my other immobilizing instrument, I hadn't found it yet, so we'll get back to that in a minute. Dealt with changing the properties of surfaces in the world. When fired into a floor or a wall, they'd each generate a small pocket I could pass over to temporarily gain new abilities. The elasticity increase made a surface bouncier, giving me the ability to jump higher, and also the ability to bounce off of the surface while I was airborne. The velocity increase gave me the power to move faster and to climb up steep slopes. get back to that other immobilizing instrument, it's called the scrambler, and it can be used to temporarily disrupt things. And when I say disrupt, I mean blind. And when I say things, I mean sensors and detectors. It's actually a terrifying experience for whatever's getting blinded, but since I was the one doing the scrambling, I just found it hilarious. Broadcast pylons. To activate them, all I had to do was stand on the activator pad and fire an instrument into the receptacle dish. Afterwards, it was just a matter of staying on the pad for a few seconds while a harmless but horribly uncomfortable energy wave rushed through my body. And voila! The pylon took the instrument out of my inventory and translated its effects around the world. If I wanted an instrument back, I could always just go back to the pylon and stand on the activator pad again to upload it back into my program.